Hi guys, welcome to Math Today. So for Math Today, we are going to be working on decomposing fractions. So the first thing is I understand that decomposing means breaking up the given fraction into fraction units. And we'll talk about what a fraction unit is in a second. And then I kind of have created the steps here for you. You'll end up creating an addition equation with the answer. The answer is actually what's given to you. So that part you don't even have to think about. That's really nice. But in order to create that addition equation, you're going to look at the numerator. The numerator tells you how many unit fractions you need, and then these two little guys right here tell you kind of how to create a unit fraction. So I made it into 3 steps, but you could also think about it, look at the numerator, create that many unit fractions depending on how your brain works. So let's get into it so that way you can understand what I'm talking about, because right now that probably doesn't make much sense. So before I get into it, I'm going to talk about our vocab. Again, our learning target is I can decompose given fractions. What does decompose mean? Well, it means to break down into simpler components / pieces. So I'm going to break it down into simpler pieces. So when I do that, I'm actually breaking it down into unit fractions. So if I have 3/4 and I need to break that down into unit fractions, my numerator is going to tell me how many unit fractions I need, and then I know a unit fraction, because it says right there, is a fraction whose numerator is 1, okay? So that would be how I would decompose it. I'd break it down into smaller, simpler pieces. So this will make more sense in a second. So again, I'm just decomposing the given fractions by turning them into unit fractions. So I'm going to start off with 7/10. And again, I'm going to create an addition equation. So I'm going to write 7/10 equals. And you should always start off with that because I know it's going to be an equation. So now I need to look at the numerator. I have a numerator of 7. That's telling me how many unit fractions I need. But let's say I don't know what a unit fraction is. Okay? So I looked at the numerator. And now I'm just going to do this. If I don't know what a unit fraction is, I'm going to write 7, little 1, and then the line under, because eventually I'm going to put in my denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then I need to keep the denominator the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, kept the denominator the same. Oh wait, but I'm not done. It does say an addition equation up top. So you need to add a plus sign. You'll notice that when you add all of these together, it does in fact equal 7/10. So I just decomposed this fraction, meaning I broke it down into smaller pieces, aka fraction units. So we're going to do another one, and this is actually supposed to be 2/4. So we're going to write a fraction using 2/4, write the fraction 2/4 using fraction units. I'm sorry, my brain is not working today. It took a vacation, apparently. So, again, I'm going to be breaking this down into fraction units. Fraction units are any fraction where 1 is the numerator. So I'm still going to start off the same. I'm going to start off with 2/4 equals, because I know I'm going to have that equation. And then I'm going to look at the numerator. The numerator tells me how many unit fractions I need. I have a numerator of 2. Okay, so I need 1, 2. I'm leaving space in the middle because it's an addition equation. Eventually, I'm going to have to put my plus sign there. Okay, so I've done that. And then I need to keep the denominator the same. And if I want to check my work, I can simply say, okay, 1/4 plus 1/4 does equal 2/4. I am correct. Okay, I also made sure that I have an addition equation, meaning I have an addition sign and an equal sign, so it is doubly correct, okay? So let's keep going. These ones you're going to try with me. So we're going to first try decomposing the fraction 3/6. So go ahead, write 3/6. Okay, so I know I'm creating an equation, so I'm going to write 3/6 equals something, right? Oops. Now let's look at the numerator. What do we have? We have a numerator of 3. So how many unit fractions do I need? And again, a unit fraction is a fraction with 1 as the numerator, and the denominator always stays the same, so you can kind of do those parts at once. So I need 3 1/6. Okay? I did those two at the same time where I talked about the numerator and the denominator. And then it's an addition equation, so I do need a plus sign. Now I'm going to make sure that this works. 1/6 plus 1/6 is 2/6 plus 1 more 6 is 3/6. So yep, we're good. Let's do the same thing with this next one. So first things first, go ahead and write the fraction 5/6, and we're going to write this fraction using fraction units. Remember, a fraction unit is basically these two steps kind of put together, which I just did earlier. Okay? So first I'm going to look at the numerator. It is 5. I'm always going to get my equation ready though. So I need 5 fraction units. My denominator is 6. And my numerator, remember when I create these, is always going to be 1. So you can set it up as this being 2 different steps or just kind of one together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I need that. And then 6, because my denominator is 6 and it always stays the same. Then you write in your plus sign. And then you're going to double check. 1/6 plus 1/6 equals 2/6 plus 1 more 6, 3/6 plus 1 more 6, 4/6 plus 1 more 6 is 5/6. It does work. And I do have an equation. Okay. So now we're going to write the fraction 4/8 using unit fractions again. So go ahead and start off by writing 4/8 equals. And then I want to see how far you can get on this. So go ahead, look at the numerator, decide how many unit fractions you need to make. Pause if you need more time. I decided I needed to make 4 unit fractions. And again, steps kind of 2 and 3 here, those are how to make a unit fraction. So basically it's a fraction with a 1 as the numerator and the denominator stays the same. So 1 is going to be my numerator, the denominator stays the same, and I again said I need 4 of those, so I'm going to write 4 of these. 1 is the numerator, the denominator stays the same. 1 is the numerator, the denominator stays the same. Then I'm going to check my work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1/8 plus 1/8 equals 2/8 plus 2 more 8s does give me 4/8. And it is an addition equation. Okay, so now you're going to try first on this one. So you're going to decompose the following fraction, which is 2/6. Go ahead, pause the video, and try to decompose 2/6. Okay, you should be done by now. If not, again, pause the video. You should have started by writing 2/6 equals, okay, because it's an equation, right? So I need an equal sign somewhere. And then I'm going to basically look at the numerator. It's a 2, okay. I need to create 2 unit fractions. So again, number 2 and 3 here are how I create my unit fractions. So I keep the numerator at a 1, and then my denominator stays the same. And again, I need 2 of those, so 1, and my denominator stays the same. So this is what yours should look like. It does need to have 2/6 equals 1/6 plus 1/6, or it could say 1/6 plus 1/6 equals 2/6, as long as you have all 3 of those fractions, an equal sign and a plus sign. Okay. Now, let's do the next one. You're going to write the fraction 3/4 using unit fractions. So, go ahead, pause the video, and create or decompose 3/4. Okay, so you should be done by now. If not, again, pause the video. So I'm going to start off. I do 3/4 equals because I do have an equation. And then I'm going to look at the numerator. The numerator is 3, so I know I need to create 3 unit fractions where a unit fraction has a 1 as the numerator and the denominator stays the same. 1 as the numerator and denominator stays the same. And again, I need 3 of these because that's what the numerator tells me. And then I need some plus signs. So I have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. And that is true. 1/4, 1 plus 1/4 equals 2/4 plus 1 more does equal 3/4. So I am correct. Okay? So go ahead and write the fraction 5/12 using unit fractions. Pause the video. You should have started off by saying 5/12 equals something, right? And then you're going to say, okay, well, I looked at the numerator and it was a 5, so I'm going to create 5 unit fractions where 1 is the numerator and 12 is the denominator because the denominator stays the same. And again, I need 12 of those, or not 12 of those, 5 of those because of the numerator. 1, 2, 3 plus... If I ended up doing 12 of these, I would get 1 whole, but I need to get 5/12. Again, that's why I've been checking my work. 2, 3, 4. That's not 5/12 yet. Now it's 5/12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, because 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 plus 1/12 does equal 5/12. So I am good. Now, you are going to try your exit ticket. So I do have the little kind of list there to help. Remember, 2 and 3 you can kind of do at the same time. That's creating that unit fraction. But you are going to decompose these given fractions, and then you're going to Zoom your teacher when you are done, and we're going to check your work, make sure, yeah, you got it, you're good to go, or no, they need help, we'll give you some help then. But please Zoom us so that way we know how you're doing. If you have any questions, please let myself or Mr. Davison know.